All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. It's beautiful out. It's a Thursday. I don't know what the date is. What, the 16th? Maybe. I don't know. So, I'm going to do a video real quick. A couple little series I think I'm going to do real quick about um, business. Okay? Business, what I'm going to talk about is leadership in business, meaning the general manager, CEO, CFO, the owner, blah, blah, blah. What I like to say is as I get older, I can say that word older, I don't like to say it, but my journey, that I feel in business, and you tell me what you think about this, that you need, let me put this on, hold on, I got my little thing, AI thing that follows me. Hold on a minute here. Would you rather have, if you owned a business, would you rather have a manager or the boss or general manager title, or would you rather have a leader or a coach? My thing is, in business, I think you should have leader and coach. Those two things. And there is a difference between a leader and a general manager, and a leader and an owner. I feel, because you know what a leader does, or a coach does? It makes the business, and it makes the key employees, listen to me, key employees successful. If they're happy, your business will be happy. You know what I mean? Meaning it could be training, the motivation. Don't they understand, or do you understand that if you have a certain position, okay, you have a responsibility to, it could be the owner, or if you're the owner, you have responsibility for your business, your name, your reputation, and the employees that work with you, not for you. Don't like that. They work for me. No, they work with you. All right, let's get that mentality out of the way. And I feel a leader will lead your business to the next level, and then the next level, and then keep going and going and going. A coach. A coach will coach the people. That can be coachable. They try, don't give up. You know, there could be C players, right, that go to a B plus, and that's all they got. That's great. I want that. Okay? They made progress. I want that. Or you have B players going to A players. I want that. Or A plus plus players. That's good. And what I mean by that is when you lead, okay, and you coach, it's like a team. Let me be a manly man right now. We're gonna talk about football. All right. You're the coach of the, oh my God, New England Patriots. Let's say that, okay? And a lot of New England Patriots coaches, I think, have been fired because why? They didn't bring their people to the Super Bowl. So let's put that aspect in life, in business, real business, okay? You want your people that work with you to bring your finances to the next level, reputation to the next level, the community to all everything, a whole package, right? But how do you do that? By leadership and coaching, okay? And I've worked with managers that are just like, I'm the boss and that's it. You don't like it, there's a door. Truth. I'm a little bit older, I could care less. Which is sad, because that's how you lose a lot of good people, and they move on, to some other business, and they thrive and they love it, and the energy and the enthusiasm, everything they could have had at your business, but the leadership wasn't there and the coaching wasn't there, so they knew there was better. And that's sad, because I want you to think, if you're an owner of a business, right? Think of this. Look how many W-2 forms come out of your business each year that maybe train a day, 2, 3, 4. For whatever reason, they're not there. I worked in places, stacks of them. Don't even recognize who they are. Stacks been in and out of your door. Why? There could be a reason. I'm sure there is a reason. So my thing is, I think leadership and coaching is a key thing for a business to thrive in, okay? People matter. Some people just aren't going to care. They're not going to bring your business to the next level. The dynamics don't fit in that business. You try, you take them on, and hey, you part ways, go on to something else. But the key people that you know that show up, have the good attitude. They want to be there. They want to dot the I's and cross the T's. They give all they can, right? But then they see what goes on around them, meaning that, eventually those key people see there is no recognition, there's no room for advancement, management or ownership. This is it. That's all you're gonna get, and you don't like it. There's dough. Get somebody else. Well, I think this day and age, if you have a business, whatever business it may be, I know, let's say the restaurant business, they're not beating down the doors anymore to be a chef or a server. Okay, it's a dying art. I don't think it's dying, but it can be revived a little bit better. That they will not tolerate certain things if they're not making money, if there is bad management, meaning they're not motivating, they're not innovating, they're not coaching, they are just going through the motions, and that means their staff's going through the motions. What do you think is going to happen? They're going to go somewhere else, and then they're thriving, and they're making money. They're being taught the right way. They're being coached. They're being led. And they're working as a team, and the manager, general manager's there, getting their hands dirty and in the weeds with them and everything, and pumping them up and everything like that. That's excellent. Complacency can kill your business. That goes with the employees, and it goes with management. Okay, so I think, and I feel in my heart that if you have a management role, ownership role, assistant, whatever role you have, I'm going to go more into this. Be a leader. Be a coach. All right? Bring your team to the Super Bowl. Get all those rings and everything like that, People want recognition. They want advancement. They want to be, talked to. They want to be, that can trust you and everything like that to a degree. You know what I mean? Yeah, you work for a business or you own the business. You got to look out for yourself. I get it. But you also got to look out for the people that are bringing you the money, that are bringing you the positive reviews, and they got longevity in the company. You know what I mean? So I feel that everybody that is in management must do that. You got to refresh yourself. You got to refresh your business plan, or you got to be diverse in your business. You can't rely on one thing anymore. Everyone likes diversifying. You look at Amazon, you got this like that. You got TikTok, this like that. I worked at Marquette's. I'll tell you that real quick. I've never seen a business within a business, meaning that, oh my God, lunch and dinner, grind. But the takeout business they did, oh my Lord, have mercy on my soul. So they had a business, a building, brick and mortar, and then they had a business within the business. So, you got to keep growing. You got to keep reinventing. You got to keep with the times, and you got to refresh things and everything like that. Because if you're lagging, your business is not going to go forward. That's just my opinion. That's what I've seen. That's what I've studied. That's what I've been listening to. Certain people that came from nothing, started a business, and now they're worth $100 million. And how did they do it? You make mistakes, everything like that. But the bigger mistake I think people make that have a business is that the lack of encouragement, motivation, and the tools for their business to go to the next level for the employees. Okay, you got to have the right equipment. You got to have all the necessities that are going to make your business thrive. If you are a mechanic and all of a sudden you don't have any tools to, I don't know, take a tire off, they're missing. You can't do this, you can't do that job. Or you do oil changes, you ran out of oil all the time like that. But what's going to happen? Well, I went there, it's cheap, but I can't get it because they don't have the product. You know what I mean? Things do happen in business. But what's continually happening in business, it's going to hurt your business and the employees too. All right? Because they're doing the best they can. So I just feel, talk to your people. Listen to your people that are on the front lines. What people are saying, what they recommend. Not saying you're going to do it, but you got to listen to the people that are doing it every day. that are grinding, that are hustling, and they could really help your business grow in a lot of different ways and help them grow too, and have longevity staying in your business too, whatever business it may be. All right, it is 10 minutes. I'm going to stop right now. All right. Thank you. Have a great night. There's going to be part 2, part 3, part 4.